Hello, this is Cosmo Guy, and welcome to a Survival War datapack setup tutorial. Now, before we go into the tutorial itself, you're probably thinking, well, what is a survival war? Well, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's normal Minecraft survival, but a war. And basically, well, I'm going to show you how to set the datapack up, so, and then we'll explain more what it's about then. So the first thing you want to do is click on the single player and create new world. Call it what you like. We're just going to call it test or something. Make sure that's on creative and create new world. Once your world has loaded, you now want to press the Windows key so you're back onto your desktop. But once you're on your desktop, simply in your search type in %app data %, hit enter and click .minecraft. It's usually right at the very top. What I want to do now, go to saves and open up the world you've just created. We call our test, so this is our world. Put that to one side. And now open up the Survival War Mark II up, because it is technically the Mark II. And then just drag datapack straight over. That's it. What you want to do now is go back into your Minecraft world. Now we're back into our world, and what I want to do now is type /reload and run another function, then type function, and it's war install. Run that and you will be TP to 0, because I recommend having the center of the world at 0. Now, because since we've already clicked install, we don't need to press that again. So now prepare. Do not click on this until all players have joined, because this sorts out the team, so we can hide the nameplates basically. I think this supports up to 10 players. I think I can't remember what it says. I think it is 10 players. This game supports up to. So yeah, once everyone has joined the server, simply click select players prepped, because this assigns the teams basically. So and now you can set your world size. When you do, it appears on the right hand side. So 1000, that's measured from edge to edge. Sorry, it's 500 from the center. Then you can set your lives. That also appears there, and that's it. The game is ready to start. But there's a few extras in this. I can see there's like 5 pages. What we normally do in our survival wars, we have custom villagers to help us out a bit, near very close to 0, and now you can summon 3 villagers. These are all the same villagers, but just facing different directions. So if we want them to face us, we're facing north. So we want the one facing south. It's pretty self-explanatory. There you go. He's now facing us. Now, this is what the food villager offers. These are all custom trades. Golden apples are expensive. But yeah, the better the food, the more expensive it is, basically. Now, once you've hit, I know I'm going back on myself a bit here, but once you've hit prep, everyone gets the survival war rules. But we're going to show you all the villagers. So that's the food villager. We're now going to show you the toolsmith. Now he can offer you a really good pickaxe, but it's expensive. Same with a good axe. Good for fighting zombies though. This axe and other undead mobs. Now the shovel is a little bit cheaper, because it's a shovel, you know. So there isn't too much going on the tools one book. Next one, you got a weapons villager. Now this dude is pretty cool. You can buy that, a sharp 3 iron sword, not back and looting and unbreaking 3. That will cost you 12 diamonds. You can buy an unbreaking 3 infinity bow for 16 diamonds, and a bow. Exactly the same with the crossbow, but it's a pretty good crossbow. A fully enchanted shield for 5 diamonds, and half a stack of arrows for 1 diamond. Let's go back over here. 1 book again. Now you got a luxury one here. This one is one of my personal favourites because you can buy shulker boxes. Because obviously it depends on your world size. You're not necessarily going to have strongholds. But yeah, basic things for traps like sticky pistons. 1 for 1. You can buy quartz, so you don't actually have to go to the nether. But you can't buy potion stuff from these custom villages. We need to keep the balance, you know, right? 7 diamonds will get you a shulker box. You can buy ender pearls and a fully enchanted fishing rod. Right, but this time. So that was a luxury villager. Now we've got an armourer who sells. You can buy basic iron armour, full protection 2 for just 2 diamonds a piece. So it's only iron, it's only protection 2. It's quite cheap. But then you can buy a turtle helmet with all the nice enchantments on for 16 diamonds, and a pair of diamond boots with also for 16 diamonds. So yeah, the next is the randoms. I've got this one random because he just sells random things. But it's next to a tree. Look at that. It sells basically common things such as sugarcane, leather, string, feathers. It actually works out to buy your arrows this way. If you buy the feathers, that's 2 stacks of arrows. No, that's equivalent to 1 stack of arrows for 1 diamond. So half the price if you get the flint yourself. Gold will cost you 1 diamond, and of course you can buy bottles of enchanting. And I think that is it for the villagers, for the custom villagers. And then you got your master reset. If you do have to reset the game, if you do reset it, then you will have to click on install again from the book. But yeah, now for the survival war rules. No traps. Well, this is the rules we go by anyway. No traps PvP, harming players, no harming players, stealing, breaking beds, or griefing until the open warfare message has fired. It will fire anytime from 20 minutes to 3 hours. So whoever set it up, no one is going to know when that open warfare message is going to come up. But trust me, when it comes up, you can't miss it. Bases and traps are not allowed to be built within 100 blocks of 00 if the world size is 1000 or greater. Same again, but within 50 blocks of 00 if the world size is 500. Because 500 is the smallest size. That's only 250 from the centre, so that's a really small world. If you killed, now this is a bit of a tricky one. We came up together as a group to discuss this one, and we're all happy that this one. Now, if you kill somebody in their base, there's 2 different scenarios. Scenario 1, if they are not wearing gear, you can loot their chest until they give you a friendly punch. Then you must leave and must not return for 24 game hours, which is 20 minutes real time. Scenario 2. If they do gear up, then you can fight them. Once you leave, you must not return for 24 game hours. Again, 20 minutes hour time. But that's only, this rule only applies for people at their base, nowhere else in the map. So here we go. This is going to tell you a bit more how the game works. The person that sets the game up can choose the map size and select how many lives everyone starts with. Now, when you lose your last life, well, it's going to tell you that anyway. When the game starts, you'll be randomly spread around the world, or will get 60 seconds of invincibility. So you literally cannot die in the first minute of starting. Anywhere between 20 minutes and 3 hours, real time, the open warfare message will fire, which means you can kill, attack, set traps, break beds, grief, Well, whatever takes your fancy. To check player life, simply press the tab key. When you lose your last life, you'll be put in spectator mode and given night vision automatically. Last player standing wins. Simple. And of course, there's links to my YouTube channel. We're currently recording our third series on the survival war. This datapack is a bit more advanced than what we're using, but it still works. And of course, a link to my Twitch channel. I don't stream too often, but if you feel like stopping by, yeah, you got me everything right there. Now, just another thing. Now, when you click on start, you just get randomized. Now, as you can we're quite close to the south border here. As you can see, that has been set to 500. So it's technically 1000 from edge to edge. You got the negative as well. Now, you hold tab, shows you how many lives you've got. Now, another thing, when you finish your session, you need to manually run a command. So make sure all players get safe first. This is can be quite important because you don't want to be standing here in the dead of night. You know what I mean? Simply want to pause when you finish the session. Simply run function war pause. I'll put underscores either side of it so it comes up near the top, and just hit enter. The game's paused. That disables the day-night cycle. As you can see, the time has stopped. It also pauses the weather cycle, and if we get the timer up, scoreboard object is set display sidebar setting. As you can see, the timer for the open warfare has also stopped, which is there right at the top. So that's about 2 hours and 10 minutes, I do believe. 156. Now, when you click resume, it's exactly the same, but resume. Basically, you ask everyone if they're ready when you start a new session. You hit reset, resume, and this timer has now started running again. And when that timer hits 0, that's when your open warfare will fire. The randomizer, that's basically the dice. The dice is going as soon as you click install, and it depends what number it's on. When you hit the start button, determines how long to set it for. It can be anywhere between 20 minutes and 3 hours in 50-second increments. So yeah, it's quite precise. Of course, when you're playing, you won't even see that scoreboard when you're playing. This is all you'll see. The only thing you'll be able to see is the lives, and that's the same for the admin as well. So yeah, that is basically it. All there is to it. Have fun and happy warfare, I guess.